This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Middle East turmoil, the latest on the war in Iran and its impacts here in Nova Scotia.
Healing frames. A Nova Scotia photographer uses portraits to help destigmatize the journey of addiction recovery.
And costumes and cosplay. Hundreds take in the sights and sounds of this anime convention in Halifax.
Temperatures continue to rise. Yes, more widespread temperatures into the teens for Tuesday. A mess coming midweek. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. The war in the Middle East rages on, and the impact is being felt around the world, including here in Nova Scotia.
In Halifax this weekend, people from the Iranian community took part in a rally calling for a regime change in their home country.
Alternative for Iran, please Reza Pahlavi.
About 100 people turned out to Victoria Park calling for the exiled Prince Reza Pahlavi to be the new leader. Some who spoke to CBC News said they are worried about their loved ones back home, but are trying to stay optimistic.
They say this war needs to lead to a regime change and put Iran on the road to democracy.
We do not want anyone from within that regime. The only leader we have is Prince Reza Pahlavi, who has a plan for the future of Iran, and we do not settle for anything less than that.
To their dismay, Iranian clerics appointed a new supreme leader late Sunday, the son of former supreme leader Ali Khamenei, a successor who is expected to continue the regime's hardline ideology.
He's also someone U.S. President Donald Trump has previously called unacceptable. With more now on Israel's latest attacks on Tehran and Iran's counter-strikes on its neighbors, the CBC's Crystal Gamansing reports from Jerusalem.
2 construction workers lost their lives in an industrial park near Tel Aviv. An Iranian missile struck that location, but there were several impact zones related to that one missile. Officials on the ground say it appears a cluster munition was fired.
Always the chaos, always smoke from where the rocket lands. We go from there, we triage, other organizations come as well.
The colonel for the Homefront Command who was at that location said there was an alert that went off that those who were killed did not seek shelter. Now, in terms of Israel's attacks on Iran, they continue to go after weapons supplies and launch locations. Israel Defense Forces said they launched several waves today, including attacks on Tehran, on Isfahan, and in the south of Iran. One of the locations they say they targeted and hit was an IRGC UAV headquarters. That is a strike they say is important to disable, to limit the number of launches that Iran is able to undertake, hitting not only Israel, but of course its neighbors in the Gulf. Turkey today came out, the president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, saying that he does not want to get involved in this war. But today, the second time, NATO forces intercepted a missile from Iran. That could lead to, at some point, NATO getting involved in this conflict. Of course, Turkey is a NATO member. We are also hearing from the UAE's UN envoy. He says that de-escalation is the priority, but the UAE will defend its territory.
The UAE affirms its full right to take all necessary measures to safeguard its sovereignty.
Today alone, the UAE says it detected 15 missiles. 12 were in fact intercepted. 3 landed in the sea. They say these sorts of invasions from their airspace will not be tolerated. Crystal Gamansing, CBC News, Jerusalem.
And because of the war, the price of gas is expected to change again tonight as the Nova Scotia Energy Board invokes its interrupter. The board did not indicate whether the price would be higher or lower, but market prices are up. The current price for regular self-serve gas is just over $1.50 a litre. This will be the third time the interrupter has been used since the U.S. and Israel's war on Iran was launched. The first 2 impacted only diesel oil, seeing prices at the pump go up around 33 cents in a week.
Recipients of the province's Caregiver benefit will not see their monthly payment cut, in spite of that program's budget shrinking by 20%. Since the provincial budget was tabled 2 weeks ago, people have been expressing dismay over the cut to the caregiver benefit. The monthly payment of $400 is available to people who care for seniors and adults with disabilities. Seniors and Long-Term Care Minister Barbara Adams says the budget is shrinking because she expects fewer people will need it, with 7 new long-term care homes opening in the coming year. But she would not say how the cut was going to be applied.
Well, there's been a lot of noise around the legislature, and getting all of the messaging out has been a bit of a challenge. So I'm really happy to have this opportunity to reassure all Nova Scotians who are getting the caregiver benefit that their benefits are not going to be impacted.
About 3,000 people currently receive the caregiver benefit.
Operating rooms at Victoria General in Halifax remained closed today due to an ongoing technical issue. On Friday morning, the hospital was hit with a power outage and its backup system failed. Nova Scotia Health says that was due to a problem with a transfer switch. Main power has since been restored, but work on the issue continues. Most outpatient care and treatments went ahead as planned, but some procedures at the VG had to be rescheduled or relocated to other facilities. The health minister says the issue highlights the need for investments in healthcare infrastructure.
We know that building is aging. We also deeply appreciate the people in facilities management and all of the trades that work so hard to step in when there's an emergency, but day to day keep these facilities running. It's a huge undertaking. So, there is a solution in place right now. Of course, we worry. We worry about it all the time, and speaks to why that Halifax Infirmary expansion is so essential.
The government is planning to construct a 14-story tower at the Halifax Infirmary to be opened by 2031.
And our first look at the weather forecast, here's Ryan Snoddon.
And very spring-like out there.
Yeah, and going to be even more spring-like for Tuesday. Temperatures climbing a couple of degrees warmer than where they were today in most cases. I think we'll crack 16, even 17 degrees in the Annapolis Valley. Will be more widespread, low to mid-teens. Cooler in the onshore, light southerly winds. A real taste of spring again on Tuesday. And then a mess coming into the Maritimes Wednesday into Thursday. Now, the most significant freezing rain is looking likely across New Brunswick into Prince Edward Island, but we could see some, icing across northern parts of the province, especially into Cumberland and Colchester and northern Cape Breton as well. These are the areas that are going to be most likely to see that ice building up. It's all thanks to this system that is going to be tracking in as we move throughout the day on Wednesday. Again, there's that beautiful Tuesday. The front sinks southward. We get into the cold air, and then here comes the precipitation along that trough line or that front, and you can see where that icing will be in place. And then by the time we get to Thursday, we're back onto the plus side with showers and then falling again as we do this all week long. We'll talk about it coming up.
Okay, thanks so much, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
6 people have been ticketed with summary offenses after RCMP inspections at 5 cannabis storefronts last week, 4 of which were in First Nations communities. In response to the inspections, the Beganagadi First Nation set up checkpoints at the community's entrances and exits. Police say they seized quantities of cannabis and tobacco products. Some of the items seized used illegal packaging made to resemble consumer products like candy. The tickets were issued under the Cannabis Control Act. The provincial government has told police to step up enforcement against what it calls illegal cannabis stores. But First Nations leaders say they have a treaty right to sell the product.
A woman in Pictou County is using her photography to help destigmatize addiction and recovery. The CBC's Alex Guy met the photographer and one of the participants to learn more about the project.
For the 3rd year in a row, Ali Pelrine has brought a group of people together to tell their stories of addiction and their journeys to recovery. Nancy Everson-Berrigan is one of them. As we walk through the park where this year's photo shoots have taken place, the Pictou County-based photographer says the project is as personal for her as it is a way of helping people.
So I know what it's like to struggle in active addiction, and I know how much silence and shame can surround it. And I wanted to give people a safe place to share their story openly, and I want them to feel seen and understood instead of judged. And I also wanted to focus on destigmatizing addiction.
Ryan says recovery is a long and hard road, and people deserve to be recognized for that.
There's so many people suffering in silence around here, and I know that's when I got sober, that's what helped me, is having people around me that shared similar experiences. So I feel like it's important when people are reading someone's story and it's so raw and real, people want to see the face behind it.
Ryan says she understands stepping in front of the camera can be nerve-wracking. She's just done it herself because she'll reach 4 years of sobriety on March 9th.
I went from surviving to actually living. My life used to be completely unmanageable, and now I'm capable. I created a beautiful family and a business, but most importantly, I found peace within myself, and that's something that I can't really compare to.
Ryan's photography project has brought her in touch with 30 different people so far at different stages of their recovery journey. This is how she met Nancy Everson-Berrigan, who's celebrating 9 years in recovery. Along her journey, she spent time incarcerated at the Nova Institution for Women in Truro. The first year of recovery was hard, but in her second year, she felt it was important to give back to people who were in similar situations. One role she's since stepped into is the peer support coordinator with Seventh Step Society of Nova Scotia, an organization that aims to prevent future recidivism.
It means a lot to them to see me, and we kind of joke around because at first they're like, was she really in here? And then I have to show my card, my conditional release card. And they're like, wow, you were. I was sitting, right there. And we talk, and I just share that, they can do it too. And it's been really amazing.
While she only has room for 10 people in each session, Ryan says there's been a lot of interest.
There's a big addiction crisis all over Nova Scotia and Canada for that matter, but just showing people the other side of addiction rather than focusing on the bad and the ugly is, I think it's really important.
Ryan hopes to travel all over Nova Scotia in the next few years to reach different communities. Alex Guy, CBC News, Trenton Park.
With some Haligonians at risk of being food insecure, nonprofit organizations like Square Roots are seeing the need firsthand. The organization hosts bi-weekly Saturday produce markets after buying food from local farmers for cheaper prices and then passing the savings on to consumers. Valerie Fraser is a senior that attends these markets. She says these programs are essential, especially for people who are more vulnerable.
Every week, I take, my son is autistic, and I take him for his groceries. He's independent living. And we have whatever. And I said, every week it's like, okay, you start having to make decisions, this or that.
She adds that as a senior on a fixed income, it's especially hard to buy food when prices are high. She calls Square Roots a lifeline.
A local anime festival in Halifax drew hundreds of attendees of all ages on Saturday.
It included local vendors, contests, and a passionate community. They say they hope more events like this will happen in the future. Have a look.
We are here holding a anime fest for the local Halifax community. This is our third show for the Canadian leg of this year, and we're just here to have a great time and celebrate everything anime with the community. We've had a great turnout so far. It's more than we've expected, and we're happy to welcome everybody here. It's been fantastic to be able to welcome the community, and so far we've been having a great day.
Here there's really only one big con, there's HalCon, which is wonderful and it's a great convention, but it's nice to see some smaller conventions too, just to kind of fill throughout the year and get to know the community a little more.
I came with my granddaughter. She's so involved in anime, and we decided I would come along just to see what this was all about. Never been, first time.
She's great. She's very supportive with us, and she actually, I did my first con in 2018, and she and my mom helped me make my first cosplay ever. It's really fun, and I don't feel like it's a good environment. It's crowded here, but it's like a good environment to be in.
It is. It's a very good environment for everybody to get together and be supportive of each other. Like, you don't see this too often when everybody gets together and they can dress up and be themselves or be who they would like to be, maybe, It's really cool.
See what happens when you spring forward.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is. Ryan is up next with this full weather forecast. Stay with us.
This weather update is brought to you in part by Atlantic Lottery's iGames. Play hundreds of games on the Atlantic Lottery app or at alc.ca.
Well, I didn't hear anybody complaining today as the snow bank sank and the driveways widened again.
I know, and even on a Monday, right?
Yeah.
People were happy, and Tuesday's going to be thumbs up.
Yeah, I didn't see any shorts today,
No.
or t-shirts actually.
Okay.
But I
Tomorrow?
wasn't really out and about too much, I guess. But yeah, tomorrow a better chance of that with a more widespread warmth. It was absolutely stunning. It's still a stunning evening. Have a look at our webcam shot from NovaScotiaWebcams.com. Beautiful evening in Halls Harbor. And yes, the snow has been, as Tom said, definitely on the retreat, which has been nice for most. I know you skiers and snow lovers maybe not wanting to see it go just yet. There are afternoon temperatures into the 14-degree range in through the Annapolis Valley today, and we were into the high single and some low double digits for pretty much everyone else. A little bit cooler, again, if you're right along the Atlantic coastline. That's where temps have been coolest today with this southwest flow. That's going to continue for tomorrow, though the winds will be a little bit lighter for tomorrow, in fact, and still hanging on to the double digits for a good many of us right now, still into the teens for the Annapolis Valley. There are the winds, which, yes, have been a factor today. The winds lighter tomorrow. We're going to get rid of these gusts to 40 kilometers per hour through this evening. We've got a few showers that have been rolling through New Brunswick, an isolated shower possible through this evening across the province as this little wave shoots through. But overall, it's just a very slight risk. This is the system that we're going to be watching. It's going to be running along this boundary between the cold air to the north and the warm air to the south. And that front will sink southward just as it moves through our region. And as a result, we are indeed looking at the possibility of the freezing rain, some snow, some ice pellets, but it's looking more and more likely to be, yes, indeed, showers. As we look at those temperatures for tonight, temperatures are going to be ranging between 1 and 3 degrees. Those southwest winds are going to become light tonight. As we look at the timeline for your hour by hour, as we can see here, it's going to be cloudy at times tonight. Some low-level fog is likely, again, with these temperatures so mild over top of the snowpack. We are going to be seeing generally a mix of sun and cloud as we work our way into the afternoon, however, and those temperatures are indeed going to pop quite nicely. Temperatures into the mid to high teens in some cases. Looks like high single, low double digits for most of the Cape Breton Island for tomorrow. Southwest winds, 20 gusting to 40. As you can see here, temperatures are going to be in the 10 to 13 range along the eastern shore. We'll be near 16 for Antigonish. And back into central areas, 12 to 15 degrees. And yeah, those southerly winds, 5 to 15 kilometers per hour here. So another really, really nice day. And back into the west, temperatures are going to be ranging from high single to low double digits, even some mid to high teens here, as you can see for the Annapolis Valley, places like Bridgewater, even a little bit warmer than they were today. Just a quick note, control room, I'm not hearing you guys give me any counts, and my clock isn't working either, so keep me on track here so I'm not going over on time. As we work our way in through Wednesday, thank you guys, as we can see here, we are looking at that ice moving in along that warm front. Looks like some snow, possibly Cape Breton, and maybe a few flakes down towards the northern shore. North Shore, we're going to be seeing some ice pellets, and yes, that freezing rain risk does extend down towards the Halifax area briefly. It looks like it is going to be more so Colchester, Cumberland, the Northumberland Shore, and into Cape Breton. The most significant icing is looking likely across Cape Breton. That's where we're looking at our greatest chance for some power outages, but can't rule out some isolated outages here in the north as well with the winds from the northeast. They are going to be a little on the gusty side. We will change to rain as we roll through Wednesday night in through Thursday. And yes, temperatures bumping up into the double digits, as you can see here with some showers on tap. Cooling back down for Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. And then our next system rolling in Saturday. That does look like it could bring the possibility for some accumulating snow. Changing to rain is looking most likely right now. But we'll keep you posted on the track on that. Cooling down Sunday and then back up again for Monday. There we go.
We'll watch for it. Okay, thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Coming up, some experts say BC's move to permanent daylight saving time is ill-advised. Welcome back. Millions of Canadians moved their clocks ahead by 1 hour on the weekend.
And those in British Columbia did it for the last time. But some experts are calling the move to permanent daylight saving time a mistake. Yasmin Renea explains.
Most British Columbians woke up Sunday an hour short of sleep, and they won't get it back in the fall. BC is joining most of Saskatchewan and the Yukon in not changing their clocks. The province is adopting daylight saving time year-round.
I don't like that, but I do like the idea that we keep a common time across the year.
Yeah, more time in the evening is always better.
The change means more afternoon light in the winter, but on the shortest day of the year, the sun won't rise until 9:08 a.m. in Vancouver.
In the morning it'll be dark. By the time you come home it'll be dark. Your whole day will just be gone.
I don't know, with studying I definitely do it with the light.
Health experts say morning light is crucial for our sleep cycle, and that standard time, which splits daylight more evenly between the morning and afternoon, would have been the better choice.
Being in permanent standard time, from a circadian perspective, is going to be healthier, especially when it comes to strokes and obesity.
The Stanford University professor was surprised to see his work cited by the BC government when it announced the change to permanent daylight time.
It's, I think, scientifically not a good idea. And in terms of health, I don't think it's a good idea to do that kind of switch.
The time difference between BC and most of the rest of the country will vary by season. For example, Vancouver will be 2 hours behind Toronto in the winter, but 3 hours behind in the summer.
Tricky keeping up with, keeping track of time with family in Calgary.
BC says local governments can still set their own time zones if they want, and several in the eastern part of the province say they will. But the premier wants West Coast states, California, Washington, and Oregon, to switch to permanent daylight time too, so that travel and trade don't take a hit. Yasmin Renea, CBC News, Vancouver.
PEI's Mark Arends has another Paralympic medal.
He won a silver on Sunday in the standing individual biathlon.
Silver medalist representing Canada.
Medaglia d'argento per il Canada, Mark Arends.
This is his 13th Paralympic medal, and the competition has only just begun.
Mark Arends continues his competition in Italy tomorrow in the cross-country ski sprint event.
Good luck.
And that is it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.